Hey everyone, today we're breaking down a big idea you've probably heard in history class or seen in the news: communism. So, what is communism? Where did it come from, and what are its main principles? Well, it all started back in the 1800s when people like Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels began thinking about how society could be fairer for everyone. They looked at the huge gaps between the rich and poor during the Industrial Revolution and saw that workers were struggling while a small group of wealthy people controlled most of the money and resources. Marx and Engels believed that these problems were built into the capitalist system, and they thought the only way to fix things was to create a new system where everyone shared ownership of things like factories, farms, and businesses. In 1848, Marx and Engels wrote a famous pamphlet called the Communist Manifesto for a group called the Communist League. This document laid out their ideas for a new kind of society where the working class would rise up, take control from the rich, and create a world without big class differences. They argued that all of history was really a story of class struggles, rich versus poor, and that the next step would be a revolution to achieve equality and shared ownership. But here's the catch. Communism isn't just about everyone sharing everything. It's based on a few key principles. First, there's collective ownership, meaning the community or the state owns and controls resources, not private individuals. For example, in a communist country, you wouldn't see private companies running schools or hospitals. Instead, the government would run them for everyone's benefit. Another big idea is from each according to his ability to each according to his needs. This means people are expected to contribute what they can and get what they need to live, like food, housing, and healthcare. Communism spread around the world in the 20th century, especially after the Russian Revolution in 1917, when the Bolshevik Party created the Soviet Union, the first self-declared socialist state. Other countries like China and Cuba later tried to follow similar ideas, with the government making most of the big decisions about what to produce and how to share it. So next time you hear someone talk about communism, remember, it's a system that started with thinkers like Marx and Engels aiming for equality and shared ownership. But how it works in real life depends a lot on how it's put into practice, and history shows it can be complicated. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and impress your friends with your new knowledge of communism and its origins. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more easy breakdowns.